So I asked multiple questions here, two being that people are interested in knowing. And I had me and someone else that is interested in this. But the Q&A here for this game, he wanted to know this one too. That question was, will this mobile SAO game have proficiency status based aspects in open world? We have two people wanting to know that. They had completely disregarded Q&A. Horrible. Two people want to know that. Three people want to know that. So that's one question. Another question I asked here was, one got answered out of many, but that was on the topic. That's annoying. Then there's another one right here. That question right there had yet to be answered by devs, and the one shutting out the question. And then I was told to not ping questions without a valid reason for a Q&A. That does not make sense. That is horrible. Horrible experience for Q&A. Questions in a development chat and answers for Q&A. Yeah, screw the Q&A. That is not valid? Okay, screw off. This is a Q&A topic. I had multiple questions being asked that two people were curious about. So yeah, fuck that. Stupid Q&A. If you're not going to answer your fan base question here and people who actually pay attention to stuff, then don't host a Q&A if you're not prepared to. It's not good to tarnish your people out of many people. There had been 7 questions, and Critical Cow, all you really did is disregard that multiple times. And I could hear it in your tone. So we're just going to answer this next question from this person. Yeah, no. Don't ping operation staff without a valid reason. So this is a Q&A. Is this not valid to have your questions on the topics acknowledged? Or are you just going to ignore 2 people that had a question that wasn't answered? Multiple questions. And say it's not relevant to the topic or valid. Don't host a Q&A if you're just not valid yourself. Bottom line. Horrible. And out of reviews on this Q&A, if I were to give you any reviews for nearly 9 questions out of 1 that has been answered out of 2 nearly, so that's 7 questions that yet to be answered. Exactly. I'm giving you at least a 3.5 rating. Horrible experience, Q&A chat. I am sorry. I'm not sorry. But I would answer anyone's question, no matter how many people there are on a fan base or a Q&A chat to an extent, and I would not disregard important questions like that. Because if you guys drop a video game in UHD and the game is not prepared and you over-release such, it will hurt the community and the devices. If you drop a game with very little depth and detail, people will be annoyed. If you half-baked questions that aren't answered on a valid standpoint for a Q&A, then, that's not okay. That's not valid at all. You don't say a valid reason to ping operation staff without a valid reason. Yo, you gave me a valid reason to ask Q&A for a video game and relevant to the topic. Once again, don't ping operation staff without a valid reason. He legit told us to ping him any questions, leave it in the chat, and he will answer them later. And yet you have only answered 2 questions out of the 9, and compared to everyone else in the Q&A, you have answered more. And there are 3 people in this chat who were curious about the questions that I had up to answer. You said to ping you, and you answer them later on the live. So that's a valid reason. Relevant to the Q&A.